Welcome back everyone, I'm James the Tie Guy, and today we have a SDCC Black Series exclusive to take a look at. This is the Han Solo Exogorth Escape set. This was available at SDCC 2018, and it's also going to be available on the 13th of this month from Hasbro Toy Shop. The retail price on it is $34.99. And we're going to take a look at it today. As you can see, it comes in this special packaging. The inside of it is going to be the Bespin Han Solo, but with some extra accessories that you can't get in any other set. The box itself is quite large. It's bigger than it looks in the pictures. And for the price, I was really impressed with the overall presentation of it. If you turn it around, you get a picture of Han Solo on the side of it. And then you get the story here on the back about the Exogorth escape, or the space slug as we know it from Empire Strikes Back, whenever the Falcon flies into the asteroid field trying to get away from the Empire's fleet. They fly down the mouth of the space slug, not knowing that it's actually an animal that they're inside. And of course this set talks about that here, and it comes with Han Solo and then a Mynock creature and some other accessories, including a breathing mask and hydro spanner, which we'll get to. Now it opens up into this really nice package. It's actually a little over a foot long as it is here, but it opens up a little bit bigger than I can show fully. But it basically just pulls apart. Now I've already opened this to do pictures, but these pieces here are actually attached so that they can pull open to the fullest width, and then they just stay there. So that makes a nice presentation. Of course, it can be undone easily, and it's not that hard to put it back again if you want to take it out and then put it back in, because it really is one of those things that looks really good in the packaging, because it's kind of like a mini diorama. So if we take the sides off here, it'll just leave the packaging itself. And then here in a moment, we'll actually open up all of it and get to that. But I did want to show the packaging. Normally I don't put too much emphasis on it when it's just the regular Black Series box, but this one was extra nice. These little pieces here are the tabs that go through the ends to hold them together. It's basically just so it can only open so far, and then the ends won't fall off. But as you can see here, I've already had this out once, but I was able to put it back in pretty much just like it was. You've got the Mynock in the upper corner here. You've got this nice picture window here. This is plastic, soft plastic, and it's got this effect like fog or mist from inside the creature. You've got the loading ramp here for the Falcon. It looks to be just about the scale, which is nice. And then if you turn it this way, you can see the Falcon's landing lights simulated. The Falcon's landing gear is visible back here. You've got the lights here on the loading ramp, and then Han Solo coming down the ramp into the what they think is an asteroid, but as soon as they step in it, they realize it's actually something different. So that is the overall presentation. You could just take these tabs off and leave it like this if you wanted to, or if you had the space to display it, you could display the whole set with the sides opened up on it, and then that would look really nice, although you're going to need at least 3 or 4 feet of width in order to house all of that. So overall, for the $34.99, the packaging itself to me is almost worth the cost of admission. That's why I was really surprised about the price in this, given that figures like the Gamorrean Guard and the upcoming Moloch Target exclusive, those figures are $30 just because they're a little bit bigger. The packaging is a little bigger, but this, for only $5 more, if you can get it for that price, it's definitely a great buy. So what I'm going to do now is I will take the figures out of the packaging, and I'll be right back as soon as I've done that to go over the actual accessories and figure itself. Okay, and with that, we are back, and I've got the accessories out here along with the Han Solo figure. Now there is one accessory missing, and the reason I didn't get that out yet is because I wanted to show you, for anybody that has this set, there is an extra hand that is included. This is a left hand replacement for the Han Solo figure. They don't really make much mention of it, and it's not the easiest to find. It's kind of hidden. It's actually right here behind this landing landing ramp strut. It's a pointer hand, I guess you could call it, or a pointer finger. It might be a little hard to see. I'll see if I can get it to show up on the camera here, but there it is. It's actually right here in this little slot, but actually that's the hydro spanner. It's actually up here, but as you can see, it's hidden by that. So it's actually, we want to make sure that people know about it being there, because I've been reading on some of the groups that I'm in. A lot of people don't even realize it's there, and for people that toss the packaging, some of them have inadvertently thrown away this extra feature, which is nice because not many Black Series figures come with this. Although I really wish they would, because a lot of the Marvel Legends figures do even come with extra head sculpts and things like that. So that'd be something I wish Hasbro would consider in the future for this line. But anyway, you can see we've got Han Solo. This is him in his Bespin attire. This is the same Han Solo figure that you can get now in the Bespin gear that is part of the wave with Tobias, Beckett, and the Rebel Trooper. But as you can see, you've got the Minoc, extra hand, a Hydrospanner tool, and then his breathing apparatus. We'll take a look at the Minoc first. It's really nicely detailed. It's a little bit harder to see in this light, but the wings on it are nice and actually translucent, kind of like you would expect a bat-like creature to be. You can actually see the little blood vessels or veins in it. He's got his eyes here, his sucker mouth there. And I found that if you just use a piece of poster putty, a little tack substance, you can dip it right here in this little crevice in his mouth, and he'll stick to just about anything. Like this wall got back here, I use for pictures or anywhere really, and he's not that heavy, so it actually is a really nice way to be able to stick him somewhere, and you can move him easily without having to worry about damaging him or the surface. So that is the first accessory. This is just a simple Hydrospanner, which you hear him mention whenever Han's working on the Falcon with Chewie. It's just a simple little tool, but it does go in his left hand. And then we've got the hand itself. That's actually the extra accessory. I like to use it for pointing. It could be great for posing and with him pointing at C-3PO. You know, one of his "don't tell me the odds" moments or something like that. I'll put some pictures at the end of the video that I was able to do along with him and Chewie with a Minoc stuck to Chewie's face. I thought it was pretty funny, and this little point finger worked really good for it. The switching out on it is really easy, even easier than like the SH Figuarts that I've got. It just pops out, really simple. And instead of there being a peg that sticks out of the hand, the peg is actually on the hand, and then he's just got the hole there. And I kind of like this design. It's maybe not the flexibility that you get from like a Figuarts or something like that, but it's a lot easier to put it in and out without worrying about you're going to break off the peg. So this hand just goes in here, and you'll hear it snap like that. And then he's got his pointing hand. So you can twist it, arrange it however you want there. Let's see if I can get it to focus in there for us. But works nice for that. It doesn't really have much other purpose in that, since it's a closed grip, it can't hold anything. But we'll just pop that back out. And if you pop this hand in here, his oxygen mask, it is nicely done. It's a little piece of elastic that holds it on, kind of like Chewie's goggles. The only complaint that I have about it is the one that I got was a little bit frayed, as you can see, so it kind of looks a little weird when it's on his face, like it's bunched up on the sides. But it's easy to come off just like this. And then it's got this air piping hose on it that's clear. But if you might see what I mean there about the elastic on the mask, it's just frayed a little bit, and it was actually like that whenever I got him out of the box. And then the apparatus here has this little clip to clip onto his jacket. So if you know you don't want him to wear the mask on his face, but you want him to have the apparatus, you can still do, you know, keep it on there and then kind of brush it off to the side. But you know, if you're setting it up with a diorama, then you're probably just going to want to keep it on him. The sculpt on it is nice. I've seen some pictures of it where you know, some people were remarking that it didn't look too much like Harrison Ford, but I think it's pretty good. It actually looks better in person. It's a lot better than any of the previous Black Series sculpts of Harrison Ford or Han Solo's character. It has the photoreal facial printing tech on it, and that really shows. You can see the clear definition in the eyes, the eyebrows, lips, mouth. A lot better sculpt than anything before it, that's for sure. I went back and looked at some of the other Han Solo figures, and they look nothing like this. So they're almost laughable, where this one's actually, you know, passable for a decent figure. He's got his classic jacket, he's got his boots, and his Carillion striped pants. The holster, I thought they did a good job on. They actually added like some weathering effect to it, almost. It looks like it's got a little bit of a black wash on it, like you would expect worn leather to have. And then of course he has his signature DL44 pistol, which comes out. And then there is his pistol. It's got some nice details on it. It's got the brown grip handle. Let's see if I can, it'll focus there. It's got the sight off on it. So it's a nice looking little weapon. And it fits nicely in his hand. And there again is his holster without the gun in it, so you can kind of see maybe more of the effect that I was talking about. You can see the black on there. And then he's got his trigger finger here. So if we'll just slide in this weapon, just take a second. His finger goes in the trigger guard area pretty easily. So you can have his gun in one hand and then his hydro spanner here in the other, which it fits in there pretty easily. And then of course if you want, you can have his mask on as well. Let's see if we can get it to focus there for us. There we go. So, you know, here's lots of ways that he can hold the gun, different poses. He's well articulated, just like any Black Series figure. He's got the double jointed knees. His boot can go all the way up if you want it to, and kick his back pretty much. So you've got good articulation there. The holster doesn't really get in the way of that very much. Neither does the jacket. The jacket, I guess you could get it off, but you would have to cut it off. So if some people might want to make like a custom figure of him, like in the torture chair in Bespin, which means the jacket would need to come off, but it's gonna probably damage it irreparably. And then even then you're gonna have his sleeves here, which you would need to paint white and do something about these pockets on here. So it'd be a lot of work to do anything like that with him, but there's that. And he's got his legs here. They rotate like most Black Series characters do around for different posing. His actual torso itself, as you can see here, it's pretty much, it's got a separation here, but it doesn't really want to move very much at all. There is a little band here from where he was secured in the packaging, but I don't think it's interfering with that. I just don't think it's really meant to move much that way. Some Black Series figures, you know, they do, and some of them don't have a good ab crunch, but this one, I was still able to get him in a lot of different poses whenever I was taking the pictures of him. Overall, it's a nice sculpt. It's a nice figure. It looks better in person even than it's able to convey on video. But as far as the extras that you're getting, it's going to be this hydro spanner, and then the Minoc down here, and then the hand and the mask. And the biggest thing though is packaging. You're basically paying the $15 premium over the normal price for a Black Series figure. But for me, the packaging itself makes it worth that. It's something that's hard to convey in a video, and even in pictures, you really have to see it in person. The only thing about it is, you know, it's kind of hard to get. This one I had to get from a third-party retailer, so obviously it wasn't retail price, but that's the only way I could, you know, be sure to get it for this review, since I wasn't able to actually go to San Diego for the Comic-Con. But to recap, the only chance that you'll have to get it at retail is going to be on August 13th, Hasbro Toy Shop. I'll leave a link for the page holder that's there right now. I'll leave it in the description below. It's going to be that along with the Dr. Aphra Vintage Collection comic set, which I do have, and I plan to do a review on that as well. And then the other one would be the $134.99, the big diorama set of Ray and Kylo Scott Starkiller base, which has the lighting effects and the mister and all that. So all that, and then you're going to have the Forces of Destiny Chewie with Porgs, and then all the other SDCC exclusives from the other toy lines. Those will all be available, and in my experience, those usually show up around 3 to 5 in the morning Eastern time, and they usually sell out quick. Sometimes the site likes to crash or really slow down. So if you're wanting to get any of these hopefully at retail price, I would really recommend that you be prepared to stay up or wake up early and get your, make sure you have your account created and have all your payment information and everything saved, so you can just add this stuff to your cart and go with it. But out of all the sets coming out, this is definitely one of the best values. $34.99 for this. The packaging, like I said, alone to me makes it worth it. So I would really recommend picking this up if you're a fan at all of the Black Series, just because the presentation of it's so nice, and you're getting a lot of extra for your extra $14.99 that you're paying. So that is it. If you do have any questions about this set, let me know, and the questions are in the comments below or on my channel's Facebook page. I'll be happy to answer any that I can. Appreciate everyone's looking so far. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That would help a lot. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, because like I said, I do have the Dr. Aphra comic set, which I'm going to plan on reviewing. That's the Dr. Aphra and then her 2 robots. And I have a few more Black Series figures on the way to do reviews and pictures of also. So I hope everybody has a nice week coming up, and may the Force be with you.